Hello and welcome back to the GorillaBiker. And today we have a slightly damp one, or was slightly damp. It's actually alright now that I've started speaking. Not that it really bothers me. It's nice and warm out still, and we're on the way home. And I have one camera today because I forgot to change the battery in my front-facing one. So apologies about that. Today I want to talk about a dilemma I am having. I put up a vote on Instagram today actually, around about, well not around, but about that whole thing. And the thing is, right, so I currently have a little bit of money saved up. And when I save up money, I obviously save money for house stuff. You know, as in like to buy a house, and also like, you know, slush fund stuff just in case something goes wrong. But I've also been saving, or have saved some money for a motorcycle related spend. Now, originally that was going to be luggage for this bad boy. But I've been looking, I always keep an eye on what's for sale, you know. And there's a 2016 Suzuki GSX, or gsx-s 1000. I'm going to call it GSX. That's come up for what I think is a pretty reasonable price. Now, the dilemma being, if I do buy that, then there's not a hope in hell I'm getting luggage for this bike anytime soon, which of course would stop certain trips that I would want to do. But also, the other good news is Toaster has started riding more frequently. She's riding the Nighthawk, the CB750. I still have that, I don't ride it as much because it's not as comfortable for me as this. I absolutely love the v-strom, it is super comfy. And I just enjoy riding it really. But basically, that's kind of where I'm at. Is like, you know, I have this, I would like to put luggage on this, I would love to put luggage on this, to be honest. But at the same time, it's like, one of the things I miss most in the world is riding on the track. Now, is that partially because of the people I know at the track? Of course, yes it is. Don't anyone get any big heads, Aiden, Chris, Dermot, etc. You know, don't get big heads about it. But it is partially the people at the track. But it is also just, you know, the going fast on a racetrack is and remains to be one of my favorite things I've ever done, and probably there's not much that will ever beat it in terms of like raw enjoyment, you know, something that it's like, do you ever do something and it just clicks with you, you know? Did you ever start doing, like, obviously that was, for me, that was motorcycles in general, but even more so than just motorcycles in general. I did my first track day and I was like, yep, I have to do this for the rest of my life. It's not even like, I think I'd get bored of this. It's like, I could do this track every day for the rest of my life and I would be pretty content, you know, pretty content. And that's just, I don't know, that's just something I think I would like to get back to pretty quickly. So that's really the dilemma. It's like, I've made a decision on the luggage for this bike, definitely. I'm going to go with Hepco and Becker stuff. Hepco and Becker is supplied in the Estados Unidos by a company called Moto Machines. Now, Moto Machines, I actually have already done, like, I like to test order off people. And I ordered a skid plate from them, a Hepco and Becker skid plate. That was on back order, granted, and it said 3 to 4 weeks until in stock. So now it's looking like it's going to be 7 weeks till it's in stock. And I will say that's too long. That is way too long for me. So I might also just reach out to Hepco and Becker directly and see how much the import tax and stuff would cost me just to buy it directly from them, because 7 weeks to wait to get something shipped that you have already taken the payment for is to me, it's a little bit long, you know, it's a little bit much. You know, if they held off on payment until such time as they had it in stock or something, which I know obviously isn't a smart decision business sense wise, but yeah, I'm not overly impressed with that one. So unless stuff is showing in stock with them, I don't think I'll be ordering in future, just because you know, like, I was okay with a 3 to 4 week wait time. You know, we were coming up on a 4 week wait time, so I emailed them and then they said it's going to be another 3 weeks, and like I said, that's just, I think that's too long. I think that's too long. But like, if anyone has anything to say against that, you know, if you think I'm being a bit unrealistic, please do let me know. You know, there is always two sides to at least two sides to an argument, let's be honest. So it's not just luggage, right? I have obviously enough saved up to spend on a 2016 GSX-S, which means I could also buy myself a nice new helmet. I was thinking like a Chewie. I've always wanted a Chewie. I think anyone who rides bikes at some point, oh look, is that a donkey? There's a mule in there. I think it's a mule. And cows, that's awesome. I like donkeys, I like mules, horses are also sound, and cows are great. So yeah, all the animals. Oh, look at the size of you, you beast! Absolute tank. He's barely even moved for the bike. He was like, I'm gonna eat this thing on the road. Get over me. Way. But yeah, so I have enough for the GSX-S saved up, but at the end of the day I could buy a helmet and luggage for this bike and still have like quite a bit of change left over. The only thing that kind of is really pushing me towards getting a bike for the track is because I don't really want to, you know, use this one on the track because it's my daily. I could, but the track is very hard on bikes. I don't think this is a bike that I particularly want to subject to that amount of abuse. But you never know, maybe one track day would be okay. And also I would actually like to do one track day on it because I want to see what a v-strom 1000 is like on the track, you know. I have that like, that wonderment in me, like, hey, what would that be like? So there's also that, and that also is obviously part of my dilemma. Because I kind of have a lot of stuff picked out. So like, I want a bike for the track, preferably also one that's like fun to use on the road. I want a new helmet that I can just set up for my motovlogs and keep this helmet for the track, because I also love this helmet, the HJC RPHA. I actually will do a review on it. Some people have been asking me, so I'll do that soon. You know, One X USA, they make custom leathers, so I might get a set of custom leathers from them. I still have my airbag vest for the track and stuff, so I'm pretty much, all I need to do track is a track bike, or a bike that is suitable for the track, because worst case scenario I can ship my leathers from Ireland, but I always kind of wanted to leave them there, just in case at some point I could get back for a sneaky track day. Well, you know, look, which might never happen, but you know, if the leathers are there, at least it's an option. Whereas if they're not there, then it's definitely not an option. And because I do have to get my leathers custom made. I don't think there's any standard leathers that would fit me. But yeah, that's kind of the dilemma. Just looking for opinions. What would you do? So, oh yeah, the Instagram vote. The Instagram vote, the last I checked, was resoundingly in favor of buying the bike. Which, I mean, doesn't surprise me, because I think a lot of people out there are very resistant to making big, possibly life-changing decisions, you know, around spending money and whatnot, and other things. And like, it's one of those things, like, is it a financially sensible decision? No, it absolutely isn't. I don't own a house. But then at the same time, I'm also unlikely to own a house in the next 2 to 3 to 4 years. So why not, like, complete my bike collection? You know what I mean? If I had this bike and something like the GSX-S, that's kind of it. What more do you need? You know what I mean? That's fun bike, track bike, touring bike, daily bike. It's kind of everything in 2 bikes. And okay, yeah, there'll be 3 bikes in the household, but one would be for Toaster, and you know, she's adamant that there's no track in her future, which of course we will change. You know, we'll get there, but for the moment, the CB750 is going to suit all of her needs for at least 2 years, I would think. As a beginner rider, you know what I mean? That bike is absolutely perfect for pretty much all types of riding that she will be doing. It's a great little bike. It really is. And when I say little, by the way, I don't mean like actually little. I think people have this weird thing about, you know, anything under 1000cc being little now. It's absolutely not. I mean, if I was to buy a Gixxer, I would buy a Gixxer 750. So that, you know, that's another conversation for another time, maybe. If people want to hear my thoughts on it, and to the whole like small bike syndrome, which is pure nonsense. I saw people asking like, is a 750 going to be powerful enough for overtakes? Is a 750 what? Like, I think a lot of people fail to realise that they have their entire rev range to use or something, because a 750 is fast. You know what I mean? Even if it's a slow 750, it's still fast. My Honda Magna from 1987 would burn most cars on the road. So, like, for overtaking, like, what the hell are you overtaking? A supercar? You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. But yeah, let me know what you think about my dilemma. What would you do? And I mean, if it was your money, not my money, what would you do? I would like to know, not because of any like it's going to help me make my decision or anything. I'm just interested to know what other people would do. If you had like 6,000 doll hairs to spend, would you buy a bike and have no doll hairs left, or would you know, spend half that on like luggage and a helmet and have half of it left over? If you had like a v-strom 1000, what would you do? Let me know. Let me know. I want to know. Also, shout out to Baker X Derek, because that's where I get the doll hair thing from. I've been watching BXD a long time, and he deserves a lot of credit for moto vlogging in general. And also shout out to Teapot1. Teapot1 I have known now online for a long time. I hope to meet him in person one day and have a chat, and hopefully ride bikes with him. But you know, as part of that Instagram post this morning, I popped a question to him and he answered it within like 5 minutes. And that's the type of approachability I want from big YouTubers that I follow. You know what I mean? It's like I want to interact with them, because I'm not in it to just like be I don't know, is it an Irish thing or what, but like I don't give a shit about famous people. You know what I mean? If I could walk past like Cristiano Ronaldo right now and I'd be like, oh, there's Cristiano Ronaldo going about his day, let's leave him alone. I've never understood the obsession with like famous people, because they're just rich people. You know what I mean? 90+% of them are just rich people. And like, that's what I would not like to see big YouTubers become. People who just don't want to speak to people. Because like, I don't consider anyone who watches this channel a fan. You know, I don't even really particularly like the term fan. It's just kind of weirdly removed. I have made a lot of friends through YouTube, and a lot of them I would imagine will be my friends for the rest of my life. They're like genuinely friends. You know, it's not just like, oh yeah, we're friends while we talk online. Like, I mean, there are people in Australia who I have met through YouTube who I legitimately want to, when I can afford it, buy plane tickets and go visit them. You know what I mean? That's something I really want to do. Okay, I can't go around this corner nice and fun today. We'll take it easy. We'll be good today. Keep the revs nice and puppy. There we go. Just because these roads have not been rained on in quite a while, so they're probably slippy. But yeah, that's props to Teapot1, because Teapot1 is now what I would consider a big YouTube channel, and he's still Teapot1. You know, he's still Bruce, still a lovely guy, approachable. You can talk to him, and I don't know will that mean anything to him if he hears it, but to me that is one of the highest compliments I can give. You know, there's other channels I used to follow that I don't follow anymore that got kind of different when they got a bit bigger. You know, there's one or two that I used to talk to on a pretty regular basis and even gave advice to and whatnot. Now if I talk to them, it's kind of like that weird, oh excuse me, I'm not speaking to fans today. Like, alright, shove it up your hole. And I don't mean that shove it up your hole in like a bitter way. I am, every single person who does something like this and does well out of it, hats off. I am so happy for you, because it is not easy. It's a lot of work, especially if you're still working at the same time as doing it. It is a huge amount of work. Even for a video like this with one camera that I'm just talking to you guys. So like, mentally get yourself into the space to sit down, edit it, upload it, reply to comments, do a thumbnail. It's a lot of work. And it's something that I actually kind of feel privileged to be able to do and talk to everyone. And I would hope that I would never ever lose that, whereas I do feel like some people out there do lose it, and that sucks. But also, I'm still happy for them that they have succeeded. You know what I mean? They've done it. They made it. They're big. Well done. If that's what, you know, they were aiming for in the first place. I just want lots and lots of bikes. Anyway, that is a probably too long ramble that went on about stuff that wasn't even really the topic of the video, but that's how we do it around here. Anyway, if you watched, thank you very much for watching. If you made it this far, I really do appreciate your time joining me on my ride home. It's one of my favourite things to do, to chat to everyone while I ride home from work on these roads. It's just nice, and I genuinely do appreciate it. I also appreciate all of my patrons and the support they give the channel. They actually bought, technically, that skid plate for me. I bought it completely 100% with patron funds, or funds from Patreon. So appreciate the hell out of all of you. That's amazing to be able to do, and I'm not going to lie, it felt pretty damn good at the time to be able to do that. So thank you again. And yeah, until next time, thank you very much for watching. Adios. Outro crew, Renston Historic District. I kind of forgot that I kind of actually like riding in the rain, weirdly. When it's like this is fine, because I'm never going to get cold or soaked, because it's not cold out. And it's not raining hard enough to soak me, so it's kind of just like, huh. I love the sound of rain against my helmet. That's, oh god, that's going to be turned into an innuendo. There you go. I love the sound of rain against my helmet as I'm standing out naked in the... No, that's gone too far. Yeah, I like rain tapping against my crash helmet when it's not cold and stuff, and I don't need to sit in an office for 8 hours after getting wet, because that would suck and I'd be cold. But yeah, do you like riding in the rain? And if you do, what do you enjoy about it, or what do you hate about it? Let me know in the comments. Bye, outro crew. Okay, cool. That's a good idea there, buddy. No, okay. No, you can't do that.